I can figure that out. I've always
It's
been able
okay.
to put my name.
I don't know.
I don't
Wow.
know
It's
what.
okay, buddy.
Wow. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome everybody to
Should
Toon
I,
Talk 2.0. There you go. Now
or
we
should I,
have. There you go.
or should I say, welcome, everybody?
I'm little Mike. I love little Michael.
I love little Michael.
Michael Jackson, everyone. We're gonna talk about the movie, his story, the taboo, the secrets, the reality, the crime, the court
The
resolution, and
the
everything.
alleged crime. There was never a conviction.
Yeah, but it was settled out court
Yeah,
because
but
the
that
crime was reported.
it doesn't. No,
Let's not start
that's
with
a
that. Let's
civil.
not start with
You're a
that.
lawyer, man. You know better than that. That's a
I know
civil
better
suit.
than
That's
that.
totally
Yeah.
different.
Hold a second. We talk about that in a second. I don't want the juicy part. I don't want it at the beginning. I don't want to destroy your idol so fast.
I
What do you
wouldn't say he's
think
my
about
idol.
the movie? Ow!
Um, I liked it, but it's got problems. Visual. No. Let me hear me out because I
Okay,
think you'll
go,
agree
go a
with me.
second. Michael has problems or the movie?
The movie. Well, yes.
Okay. Every time you say something that I don't think is true, I'm not gonna fight with you this episode. I'm gonna say, "Ow!" That's it. Go ahead.
Chimona.
Ouch!
No, I mean, the movie looks really good. It's fun.
Well, they spent a lot of money doing it.
Clearly, yeah. Jaafar Jackson. There are scenes where you can tell it's definitely not Michael, but then there are other scenes where you're like, "Holy crap, that's
Ow!
Michael."
Yeah. Okay.
He did a good job, but as pretty as the movie is, as good as the production was spectacular.
Yeah.
But it's not the real story. Like, not even close. Where's Janet?
That's the no. Forget about. She didn't want to be there because when she read the script, Janet said same like what is the beautiful daughter's name?
Latoya?
No, the daughter's Michael Jackson's daughter.
Oh, Michael's daughter. Paris.
Paris. Like Paris said, I'm not gonna be part of this lie.
Yeah, that's okay. That makes sense actually, because I was wondering. I'm like, yeah, because Janet and Michael were like, not to say he and Latoya weren't close, but I mean they.
Yeah, but Latoya was too old to be friend of Michael.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Janet and Michael are the two youngest.
I mean they were like, I mean they got the same nose on purpose.
And the same face.
I mean that's
Not
what I'm
on
saying. They
purpose.
did it on purpose.
She wanted to be like her sister.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. So just for the record, so people know, The Aviator has the same writer than The Aviator, the same writer that Skyfall, the same writer that Gladiator, right? And between other ones, we're talking about masterpieces of writing. So it's not hard to say, I got money, let's get this writer, right? Then they have Antoine Fuqua, right?
Mm-hmm.
That he's a really good director when it comes to soft things, informational things. In my perception, all this, remember, is my perception. Everything that I say is I'm a freaking asshole, and I don't believe in anything that I see in the industry, right? This doesn't have to do with Toon Talk, Array Media, or my two co-hosts. The Antoine Fuqua is really good, right? Not The Magnificent Seven is one of his favorite movies. Southpaw, I love Southpaw, but same like Southpaw and The Magnificent Seven, something's gonna happen, and it never does.
Yeah.
Something is coming, and it never happened. Always, that's his style. It's informational movies. It's not action movies. He's not attacking movies. So I'm hoping to see Michael, right? That the climax is not him going, never happened. That's the movie, right?
Yeah.
Let's portray a different story so the next generation takes the drama away, make him a victim from his dad, abusive dad, that we saw it in Queen, in Bohemian Rhapsody, in Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg, that we saw with every Hollywood movie established. And now they wanted to with Michael. Why? For three reasons. Shaquille O'Neal owns Michael Jackson movie.
Really?
Shaquille O'Neal is one of the smartest celebrities that ever existed. He owns, and one day hope we make a special on Shaq, because he's the only athlete that was signed by a brand And when he retired, he bought the brand, Reebok. He owns KFC's, Subways. So many franchises, right? He owns the General, right? The insurance, the General.
Yeah.
His partner, amazing, smart, Jewish guy, right? Danny? I don't remember his name. He's really well connected in the industry. Amazing. One of the smartest guys in the freaking world. That they don't need to be saying, I'm pesos, right? I'm jobs. Like, this guy moves the things. They needed to renew the international rights for the music. So the only way that the music gonna continue giving money, because believe it or not, the Doors, they don't give money anymore. Beatles, they don't give the same amount of money because these generations don't care about them. The only way to sell them something is through a movie. So to renew international rights and to get more money, because now Michael Jackson is in social media. Michael Jackson has cuts. So all this was because, and I'm going to take my hat off, because Shaquille O'Neal again teaches how to make more money.
To answer your question, Justin, no, we do not see white Michael Jackson, but we do get like a really shoehorned in aside where it's like, oh, I have vitiligo, and then it never comes up again.
What was his question? Because I'm not looking at the comments.
His question was, do we see white Michael Jackson?
Why Michael Jackson?
White.
I don't understand.
White.
White.
No,
You know,
not
that's
in
a
the movie.
misconception. Of course, we never saw it because the movie just they want us to know for two reasons. This is to answer the audience, because they're preparing the sequel. They needed to reach $500,000, $1 billion to make the sequel. The sequel is on the roll when they probably gonna have. They're gonna have. Probably for the sequel, we're not gonna have. What was the name of the actor, bro?
Jaafar Jackson?
It's been said that that Jaafar Jackson is not gonna play the second one.
Huh.
For the second one, Michael's gonna be played by. Give me a second. I got the answer here. Okay, here.
Friends?
By
Is it-
Aston Kutcher. I'm sorry, I needed to say that, and I forgot his name, so I needed to freaking Google Aston Kutcher. No, they're gonna do a sequel because now it becomes their own business, right? Why? Because it's how it works. I don't like the movie at all. I think
At
that
all?
he's portraying at all. Okay, it will be a lie if when Michael Jackson does right, you don't feel something because it's been impregnated in ours. But because of my age, right, obviously I'm not as old as when he starts singing, obviously, but I gotta see as a little kid, like when he went to play to Argentina, when he went to Mexico, when he went to Spain. So I lived that. So for me, it's part of impregnated in my brain, tattooed in my brain. All those kind of things. Yeah, they said impregnated. What is grammatically correct, Alexander? The point is, okay, I'm gonna write a new movie that is called, and I'm gonna go to the other side of the spectrum. Please don't listen to the context. I'm gonna write a movie called The Nazis, and in this one, Hitler is a nice guy,
They already
and
made
they're
that
gonna
movie.
win the war.
It's called Springtime for Hitler.
Really? Are you serious?
Yeah, Hitler's got a whole musical number about how he was just a poor boy from
Porn.
poor,
It was an
Cost.
artist.
got a
movie-
phone
the movie-
call from the Reichstag saying I was Führer.
They stole my idea. That's what Michael. I mean, I understand that the winners and the money can dictate the story, but dude, even we take the sexual accusations away, they paint us. Dude, honestly, it looks like the writers and the producers watch Luis Miguel the show and they just make it in black. Yes or no, Alexander? You're mute.
Do you guys think that this movie is an attempt to like clean Michael's image?
To a
No.
point. I don't think that
I
was the
don't-
intention, but I think that might be.
I think that the intention is that he's not dirty, so his song continues selling.
Yeah,
That makes
that's what I'm
sense.
saying. They're cleaning the music. They're separating the music and the feeling. And I gotta say, I'm sitting there in the theater, and even I'm, especially Beat It, because you notice they subtly remixed Beat It to make it a little bit more,
Up
uh,
high, modern.
yeah, a little bit more
I,
modern mix.
something something that I don't feel is fair for the industry, right? Is the last biopics in the last 20 years. Jackson Pollock is an amazing movie. Uh, and the Robbie Williams movie is the best musical biopic that I ever seen, right?
Which
That
is
is actually
so,
in reality,
it's
and
so wild. That's
is
true.
way so is more real, and he looks like an ape.
I know, it's
That's what we saw with
wild.
Michael Jackson.
That's absolutely wild to me. Um, Yeah, the only real, truly inaccurate thing that I'm aware of in Better Man is some of the songs that were used when he was in Take That. Because, like, Rock DJ is not a Take That song, but I understand why they did it.
No,
Because,
they make a mix with
yeah,
it,
no, no,
but it
I
was
get
his
it.
first single. Yeah,
I get it.
I'm not a fan
actually,
of taking a
go ahead.
product and spinning it for the new generations. I'm not a fan of that.
Well, but that's how you perpetuate.
It's a way to do it, but it opens you up to mistakes and
Yeah,
rewriting history.
yeah.
Because you want people to think that what you're presenting to them is familiar to them, but it's really not.
Well, and to your point though, there's going to be a lot of kids because there were a lot of kids in that movie theater because their parents dragged them to watch Michael. They're going to think that's the story, and it's like, I mean, it is, but there's some pretty. For one thing, there's an entire sister missing. But
Yeah, I mean the daughter
Scandal
that's
one,
there, but
too.
well, and plus it's
okay,
so odd that they ended it with bad.
because it was the
They're
progression of
planning
his
like
songs.
right. They're planning like a artist bios franchise industry. So
Yeah,
they want to stretch it over
They're
various
gonna they're
projects. I
gonna
guess
they're gonna have a
it's
crossover with
you
the
know,
Lionel Richie biopic.
Michael Jackson will be back in Avengers Doomsday.
dude. Why they
Yeah.
don't talk about reality? Because reality sells too, right? Like why they don't talk that their two older brothers are married to the same woman and she got kids with the same woman, and now they're half brothers cousins. Why we don't talk about that? Why we don't talk that the Jackson Fives, right? Yes, his dad was really strict, like every African American in that time, right? But we don't talk about that. How everybody talks bad about the dad, and this is the same effect of the Luis Miguel show in Netflix, right? The dad is an asshole. The dad overworked the kids. I'm sorry, dude. But for anyone that in this podcast that knows what is being in the industry, I wish my dad hit me a couple of times and I have another Grammy. That's the reality. Because the only way to survive in that industry is to have established rapport like Daddy Jackson. What was his name? I keep always forget his name.
Joseph.
Joseph.
Is
Joseph
Joe? Yeah.
uh, Joe was, and like Luis Miguel, that always using the dad or the manager as the evil guy in the movies is old.
Well, I do think, and it was funny because it's funny because my wife and I were talking about this after the movie. She was like, "Was that real with his dad?" I'm like, yes, but a little one sided. But at the same time, like, there's a point. Like, his dad wasn't wrong, but there's a line. And I think Joe, particularly in the later years when he tried to maintain control, because of course he's going to, that's his meal ticket.
Yeah, but it wasn't his meal ticket, dude. It was his dream, same as his kids. Let's be honest with that. If the kid doesn't want to do it, they don't do it.
Well, but
Latoya never do it
well,
till
but
his kid.
remind me though, because I may be wrong here, but I was under the impression that Michael wanted to be in the group, and his dad initially said no.
Yeah, and then he wanted to be in the group, and he paid for it. Period. And stop
Yeah.
complaining, America.
Well, how
Yeah.
many how many belt whips is too
That
many?
Not enough when you're the biggest star in the world. Sorry, dude.
Do you really
I
think
mean,
that's Joseph Jackson though? Yeah.
Probably he was rough. Probably he told them you need to train. Probably they do something stupid to prevent a chaos in the industry. Now let's remember that society in 1960, the African American dad and the dad that they're going to Vietnam or coming from Vietnam hit their kids because they drink all day. Let's not change the narrative that America wasn't like that.
Right.
I mean, Michael Jackson was exploited, but that's just because he needed to be. He had so much talent and he was so charismatic and so good. He had to be exploited. There's no way
You
that.
really think that was exploited?
I mean, the father was really strict, and he was kind of a douche. So
No, no, no. That's the picture that they want us to believe from number one, dude. Honestly, honestly, Alexander. Everybody think that Luis Miguel died, right? Because believe it or not, we're talking about comparative Latin American Michael Jackson. No, one is alive, one is dead. They say the same for the narrative because that sells. The reality is that we're never gonna know if he was an asshole or not because we weren't there. The
yeah, but I mean, if you find out that your son is really talented, and you can see that he's gonna be very successful in entertainment, then maybe I mean, he's a kid. He has no idea the hardships that he has to go through to exploit his talent, like staying up late or missing his childhood and being unable to have friends and stuff like that. And as an adult, you realize that, and you
yeah,
just
but
lose your.
Latoya flipped daddy, and she didn't do it till they were famous.
She's not a legend, though.
So I don't think that he was exploited. I think that it was a family decision that he continued doing because I never saw you're not my manager. I'm gonna retire with my millions to live in. No, no, no. I want more. The dude wanted that, dude. He's saying
But
that.
they can get
Sorry.
because they can get more. He wasn't gonna be satisfied with Michael playing like in local clubs.
He wanted that too. He wanted to be the biggest in the world. That comes
Right,
with
'cause-
that comes with a price.
Right, but wasn't the sticking point towards the end is that Joseph was reluctant or didn't want Michael to have a solo career because it would take away from the Jackson 5.
Yes, imagine Jake that you have a company.
Yeah,
with
no,
your
I get it.
7,000 kids, and suddenly the brat that is 19 or what 17? No, when he did Rat, he was 17.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to play with my brothers anymore. No, you're full of shit. I'm leaving you and I'm going to emancipate myself. Obviously, as a dad, as a family, I'm not defending his acts because I'm going to repeat this. In 1960s and 70s, the normal middle class level mom and dad of any race in the United States of America used physical aggression to control their kids.
Correct. And this is a question I don't know the answer to. Is I mean, where's the line? And see, this is the part
line
where,
was created by society, bro.
well, I mean, but just because society creates a line doesn't mean it's an appropriate line.
No, no, no. I mean, you saw what happened in the basketball quarters of finals. Everybody saw that.
Yeah, Knicks.
Okay. Player on Memphis, 6 minutes. They're losing for 23 points. 6 minutes for the game to be over. They call timeout, and he walks and start congratulating the other team. 6 minutes for the game is over. That's what happened when we start giving trophies for participation. Society changes. You are right, Jake. I give you percent that. You are 100% right. However, it's not good to hit your kids. It's good to be strong and strict to make your kids successful. Yes.
Well, the point that where I was going, the point that I made when I was talking to my wife was like, did he take it too far? Probably, but at the same time, would they have gotten where they got if he hadn't been writing them, especially in the early days before they had the success? I guarantee not.
No,
Of course.
So
because you need
that's
to be
the
hungry
balance.
in a way to be successful. You need to have a special stubbornness and hungry and desired. Tell me one story of a person that is really successful, right? That had it easy all the time. Oh, forget about our president. That had it easy all the time. That never
I'll
had a
have
problem.
you know, I once had to walk 2 blocks to get my Diet Coke. I almost died.
That's tough, right? I mean,
I almost
you know what I
died.
mean?
I had a rock
That's
in my
the-
shoe.
And with all the power that Michael Jackson could have, he wasn't never the president of the United States. He was a. I
Oh
mean,
God, could
let's
you
be
imagine
honest.
that? We're gonna bomb Iran, everybody.
Yeah, and when he goes, okay, it's something that really disturbed me. I'm gonna take away the allegation of the sexual assault to kids. I'm gonna take that away. I'm gonna try to be unbiased here, right? How you can trust a guy that says, "Thank you, I'm Michael," and he looks at the back and said, "Oh, I'm tired of using this voice," and we believe that because his voice isn't that high. That's a technique that you use to protect your vocal cords.
Mm-hmm.
But they saw it as a mimic, right? That's what I said. No, a gimmick
Yeah, well,
to
because
portray a
half the
tender
family
guy.
half the family used that voice. Janet used a similar.
I know, but what I'm
Yeah.
saying is a technique of singers to protect your
Uh-huh.
voice so you don't tense them. I get it. But instead of, I talk like this to protect my voice, right? Imagine if I talk like this to protect my voice. Hi, welcome to TikTok 2.0. But then I go and tell you, motherfuckers, these motherfuckers are not following us. That's
Dude,
not
I
real.
would have paid money to see real footage of Michael just being like, "Are they all gone, motherfucker?"
I got there's online calls with Prince when he's talking about it. You
Hmm,
know
that's funny.
that he's talking with his real voice. So again, what what is that we're buying? The gimmick of a heterosexual guy that pretends to be gay, that don't have kids but buy their kids inseminating under a mystery that his dad hit him? Or we understand that he was a great, talented interpreter and rhythm creator because he didn't new music, he wasn't a musician, right? Right? And understand the fact that all is created in Hollywood. Everything.
Oh,
So because if we see it like that, it's just another product. Justin
So
Timberlake is more honest.
even if we don't believe that Michael Jackson touched kids in his bedroom, he did
He did
invite.
what?
I mean, some people are going to be upset just by the fact that he had kids in his room sleeping with him, even if he was as innocent as he presented himself, because
which
he always
is
denied
yeah,
it.
which is what I've always said is what Michael Jackson really needed, and I don't know that, especially by that time, I don't know that this would have been possible. He needed somebody who was a real true blue friend who could take him aside and be like, "Hey, Michael, listen, I know you're not trying to be weird, but optically, this looks bad."
Yeah, because his whole defense was, I don't do anything wrong to kids, but I do let them sleep in my bed with me.
Okay, Jake, would you let that happen to your stepson?
No,
I don't believe.
no, and that's the flip side of the coin too. Is it's like it's not as though they were stolen away in the middle of the night. Like they were there with parental permission. So
Yeah.
it's that's the flip side of that coin. But just as a general rule, I think it is generally speaking, even if it's completely innocent, which I mean, assuming it's completely innocent, it's like I don't know that having a child sleep in the same bedroom of any man, any
It's
adult,
normal.
like
It's
what
normal.
do you mean it's normal?
Okay. I mean, it's not normal. That means
It's
it's a
not
normal
normal.
reaction. Yeah, it's not normal. No, I mean, it's normal that we go, what the hell? That's what I meant.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
because it's just that I mean, like because to your point, Alexander, like even if it's innocent, it's still weird. It's just a different kind of weird.
It is. It
But
is because children, especially children, they're so innocent that the fact that we have to protect children is because they don't know
yeah,
all the ugly stuff
they
in
don't
life.
know.
So that's why we have to protect them from them. They'll learn eventually.
Yeah,
They'll go through their path, they'll grow up, and they'll learn about all the ugly things in the world. But while they're children, we have a duty to teach them that some things aren't all right,
yeah,
that
it's
some
like
things are wrong.
don't hug bees. It hurts.
I'm like, yeah, don't step on a bee.
Yeah, but you know what doesn't hurt now? What doesn't hurt now? Marketing for your business because our friends at PSX Nova make the process pain-free, easy, affordable, and so basically this is a bee that you can hug to pull a really, really bad metaphor. But a quick word about our friends at PSX Nova right now.
Let's close the gap for you. More time, more money, more freedom for you. Behind every brand you see, there's one intelligent engine, PSX Nova, the AI infrastructure that powers Forsan Corporation. A connected universe where automation, design, and innovation collide, Nate. Building move faster, scale smarter. We build ecosystems. Invest once, and your capital touches every division. This is the future of enterprise. Data. Intelligent, automated, exponential. Powered by PSX Nova. We use AI to help you.
And that's when I woke up with 17. Oh shit, we're back. Just kidding. My point, and that's good. We're talking outside. Thank you for PSX Nova for letting us be here. Alexander Penn, he wants to defend Michael because that's fine, and it's all good. My point, I'm not against Michael Jackson, the human. Maybe Michael Jackson, the human, was mistreated, never understood, but let's see the facts, people.
The facts.
Songs were perfectly good and written because Quincy Jones and Benjamin Wright, I know Benjamin Wright, I call him Pops, he called me the brown cat. I got the inside stories. They were created by the two best producers in the world. His videos were amazing because Francis Ford Coppola directs his videos, right?
Definitely.
If he delivered, yes, I'm not saying that he wasn't talented, but let's be real. His songs, dude, they're not that good if we take all the mysticism. Stay with me.
No, I just have a point to that because my favorite Michael Jackson song of all time really doesn't feature that much of Michael.
What, Man in the Mirror?
No, actually features less of Michael than that song. Will You Be There?
Oh,
It's barely Michael's barely in it.
Be there.
No, different one. The Free Willy
I don't
song.
know what. Okay, I don't remember the song, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a bit of a deep cut because most people don't remember that song.
Please stay with me for a second. Let's take the enigma of Michael Jackson, the image, right? We have a guy that is extremely perfect pitch, that is hard to get, but it's not impossible. That he got good ideas, but he's surrounded by the perfect team that made that idea happen. I'm not saying that it's not good. Why he got that team? Because his dad built that team for 30 years. Now, you know what the song Smooth Criminal, that is one of Billie Jean, Smooth Criminal, and Bad probably are and Thriller, his biggest hits?
I'd put Beat It in there, but yeah, I get your point.
Smooth Criminal, right? Annie is the name of the doll that you used to learn CPR. He's talking about a CPR thing that he saw in a wall, right? And he got the marvelous idea. Sorry, dude, but if I go to a studio nowadays and I see that, I say like, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Dude, I understand. Please, stay with me. Take the enigma of Michael Jackson, right? Bad, when he did Off the Wall, Billie Jean, right? Off the Wall. He was, and I know this for Benjamin Wright, Quincy passed, right? Never got the chance. He told me, Michael came here and he wanted to do things like A, B, C. And we told you, Michael, you need to pretend that you're an older person. You need to pretend so because your market is growing up. And then that what is the song is Billy Jill is not my son.
Yeah.
Right? It's about a girl that want to hang a song, right? As a lyricist, as a conscious lyricist, no, because he was just saying what he was feeling. If that works and adapt to the times, great. But right now, if I get a African American kid, right, that is been singing a lot, right, has a well-known career, but he's not a mega, and I surrounded with that perfect team. What?
Like Bruno Mars?
Like Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars is a better lyricist. But what happened?
Yeah.
The industry told him to say, right, a funk thing, because if you listen to the Grenade album, when I feel your name, it's a different matter, bro.
think that Michael Jackson made it on his own. Like he just stepped on a stage and he was like, "Put the lights here and do this," and he made it. He's obviously a product.
Yeah.
He was obviously steered in a direction, like you just said, where he wanted to do like the same old thing, and some very talented producers steered him in something more edgy and more modern, and basically
And
great
if we
music.
accept it like that, I respect Michael Jackson because it's like Bad Bunny. He got the ideas, they make it perfect. But let's respect like that. When I see people calling him God, when I see people dressing like him, going and saying he's innocent, he's the best thing that ever existed, like shut the fuck up, dude. He's something called Bob Dylan, right? And Bruce Springsteen, right? And Jason Derulo, right? If you want to be newest, right? That have a different Kurt Cobain, right? That have a different pattern. I'm not saying that he's not good, but then let's start putting the lights, fake voice all the time, covering his face, right? Being enigmatic, but he's human.
Most most artists fall under that category. Most of them throughout history, modern history, they all fall into that category of being molded and being told what to do. Right?
Yeah.
Do you
Not
think
if they
that's
are
do you
real
think
artists.
that's why do you think that's why so many artists, like, once they get to a certain point where it's not that they're untouchable, but basically when they have
They
enough.
can do whatever. They want.
Yeah, but like some of them just go, like I'm thinking about like Sam Smith and Demi Lovato for a minute there. Like they go off the deep end. Like they just go nuts. Do you
They
think
just yeah.
that's a reaction to them being
But
told
let me tell you
what to
something.
do and how to do it constantly?
Lady
rebel.
Gaga, Lady Gaga, I do not
Oh, Lady
like
Gaga.
her. But Lady Gaga is an amazing artist, 100% respect, and she got a lot of songs when she's herself. Because every time that you see Lady Gaga live, she's a rock band, right? She understood that she needed the industry to do because her first single wasn't Poker Face. The second single, because the first one didn't work, and she got surrounded with the people that allow her to be herself, right? She understood that the industry need a electro dance beat. I'm talking about the time that she was out, right? But in concerts, right? That's a real artist that can adapt. I think that Michael Jackson is a marketing success, well adapted to the needs of the society in those times with the perfect characteristic. However, it's full of lies and cons.
Well, to your point, I don't know. You've probably heard it because you're a much bigger music nerd than I am. But
You just call me a
Saliva.
nerd.
Well, yeah, in a good way. Saliva did a cover of "They Don't Really Care About Us" like a number of years
Yeah,
ago. It's
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
many years ago.
better. It's better.
It's good. Alien Ant Farm. His
Yeah.
cover
Okay.
is better
Fair.
than the
Yeah.
original,
I
dude.
forgot about that. Yeah. But yeah.
Why? Because probably Michael inside, the real Michael, whatever his second name is, Jackson, right? Maybe he wanted to sing like Prince because he said that he wanted to be like Prince. Prince, another perfect artist that always did what he wanted. Now, the persona of Prince, I can see how Michael tried to be like Prince because Prince actually talked like this because he wasn't, well, he passed now, because he wanted to preserve his voice and he was an artist, right? A real icon. Michael Jackson is an artist created. It's like if we go back in time, right, and we put Justin Bieber, right, and Kurt Cobain. They're two different kind of artists, specific and big in their own things, right? I agree that Michael Jackson is an icon. I agree that it's a marketing thing. I don't agree that he's the king because that's a thing that he auto-named himself by marketing. I don't agree that he's the best that ever exists. I don't agree to believe that everything in his life is a lie, including
who's bigger king
bringing
of pop though?
17. What?
Who's the real king of pop then though?
Robbie Williams.
Oh, pff, that's adorable.
Robbie Williams.
Of pop?
Yeah, Robbie Williams.
How many people?
He's
in the
really
United
good.
States, he is very
Good.
good, but
He passed from the normal selling albums to streaming, so it's not for a comparison. One. Second, Michael Jackson was the king of pop in America, in the USA, right? And visit everywhere. And visit everywhere on a tour. Robbie Williams, right? First of all, Robbie Williams is 20 years after Michael, he might be the king of pop in the past. The king is dead. Long live Robbie Williams. Robbie Williams, Robbie Williams, right, is worldwide known, but in the States, and we
Yeah,
know how
okay.
the States works.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not saying
If
you're wrong. I'm just saying I think there's more of an argument for.
and the reality is the king of pop is Paul
So
McCartney,
if
but
you
I'm not gonna
invest a
go
lot
there.
of money, if you put a lot of money into an artist, does that guarantee that he's gonna become a legend?
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, I've been in this
I
industry my whole
I
life.
think there's something else there. There
Oh
has
no,
to be.
I'm not. Okay, okay. Nike bet on Mike and Michael Jordan because he could deliver on the court. They bet on Michael because he could deliver on the stage. I'm not saying that he was an empty bet. Let's see what happened. I'm just saying to see things as it really is, America. He was a
I agree
great
with
guy.
you. I agree with you, Max, that Michael Jackson became a character of himself. I agree
Yeah,
with that.
thank you. I love
Yeah,
it.
no,
Thank you for saying it.
I don't dispute that at all.
Dude, that's perfectly planned. Like every nook and cranny of his wardrobe, his hair, his voice, everything
Wait,
was.
Alexander. Are you telling me that Justin Bieber didn't come with the idea to use videos from his channel to sing? Are you telling me that wait, that the songs that were online were perfectly mastered for Lana Ray, and they have so many views copy of the originals because the sponsor was YouTube? No, you're killing me, bro. Yeah, everything is created
In addition to their huge talent,
to a big talent.
Yeah, I think the caveat that he's giving you there is like, yes, if you have someone that's talented and you put a bunch
Yeah,
of
yeah.
money behind them, yeah, absolutely, they will.
The best example is a director in Hollywood that they just make a short film and they have this specific talent. They give him Night Shyamalan, right? That's the last the way that we pronounce it.
M. Night Shyamalan. What the twist?
No, wait.
oh,
It is. That was really funny. That's the best example. He created they give him an opportunity and he delivers a masterpiece.
And then he's like,
The Sixth
okay,
Sense.
we're gonna do the exact same thing 12 more times.
Yeah, but once they give him 300 millions to do Airbender, and he couldn't do it because he couldn't handle the pressure of big stages. That's not his thing.
Because there's no twist in that movie except for the
No,
wind.
because it's not his style.
That's what I'm saying. Like
That's
he
what
was the wrong.
my point is, I'm giving you the right. You need to have a right talent, so people invest in you with the right team to become successful and deliver so good that you became a legend. That is totally
can we think of
different.
an example? Can we think of an artist that was injected with a lot of money, but they just didn't deliver?
I'm sure
that
we'd
they
have.
put a lot of money and he didn't deliver.
Yeah, like he couldn't
The New
do it. Like
Radicals.
people didn't.
The New Radicals. Jason Alexander.
I mean, I don't know if they were pushed that far.
Ashley Simpson.
Yeah. Ashley Simpson, another, right?
There's an example. Ashley Simpson, she was really. They
But-
put a lot of money in.
But
into her.
to be fair, what killed her career was that
Anthrax.
SNL.
Megadeth.
Yeah. The SNL
Right.
incident is what killed her
But
momentum.
she didn't have the character or the talent to turn that situation into art. She stumbled. She
Yeah,
didn't know
because
what
she
to do.
wasn't ready.
Well, that
Yeah.
to be fair, SNL wasn't her fault.
No,
They-
dude, but Sidney O'Connor
reaction-
happened the same to her, bro.
Yeah. Okay. That's yeah.
Her
know,
reaction to
I'm
that was because how many times can you think about Slash losing his line to the guitar and just fixing the thing or keep playing and just the show going on?
The Beastie
know, you-
Boys, the same happened to the Beastie Boys, and they look to show and they start hip hopping live. You know,
And like it happened in Mexico. There was a Billie Eilish concert, and the lights the power went out in the whole stadium. Like Mexico, that's Mexico for you. The lights went out, and she came out and she started singing a cappella. Like I don't know, I don't like Billie Eilish. I don't like her music, but she's
I kind
talented
of
enough.
like her.
She found a way to make it work. I don't think money is the answer. I think it's a combination of things, and I think these
Yeah, but
geniuses
money's the
that
foundation, bro.
Jones, they have a great eye for these things, so they know where to push.
Okay, I got
And
another
so-
one.
I mean,
Go on.
the things he did back in his time were new. Like you think about moonwalking right now, and and you're thinking, well, this is a lot of people can do it, and it's just like another dance move. The guy came up with, even if he
No, no,
copied it
no.
from
No, he didn't
No,
come
no,
Vinci
up
or
with
no,
it.
no, no, no. Hold a second. Fred Astaire do it in 1942. Give me a second. And then,
Go to
this
there.
before Michael, if you see the French movie, The Prince, The Little Prince, the guy dance exactly like Michael. He copied it like that.
Art is an evolution. Art is taking something that you
And
love,
make it better.
giving it your own spin, and that makes it new.
You don't need to tell that to me, bro. I do that with music.
I
But
know you.
But the simple fact that people don't understand the lie of the foundation of money is what bothers me. Again,
Oh, well, yeah, I think you'd have to be, well,
bro,
no, I'm not going to say that
I
because
saw
most
you
people
go
don't see
online
it.
and you see he's the best. Why he died? He's like, dude, calm the fuck down. The guy was an addict. I say it many times. The guy, okay, he got vitiligo, right? That he was going back, who, right? He got born and make $1 million being the biggest star of the world. Ooh. Like, dude, what I love Kurt Cobain. I love Nirvana. What I say about him. I love him. Stop using heroin and don't buy guns. Life is easy.
And for the love of God, stay away from Courtney Love.
Courtney
Well,
Love, he
unless
was
like
what?
stop buying guns, stop doing heroin, unless you want to die.
Yeah, unless you want to be Kurt Cobain. It's really easy.
Right.
You're never gonna be run by a train, right? If you don't walk the train track. Never. So going back to Michael, to little Michael. Little Michael was fake. Little Michael was a character. Little Michael was crazy. Little Michael was a pedophile. Little Michael even didn't touch the kids. Little Michael got kids in his house and in his bed. That is not normal. If we respect him as a lyricist, as a great performer, yes. But you cannot be a hero, meanwhile behind the scenes you
Well,
kill.
okay, so that inevitably brings up the question of, can you actually separate the art from the problematic artist?
No, because I don't think
You
he
could.
embraced it honestly. You could. Jackson Pollock was crazy and alcoholic, right? And he killed himself drinking. And he's the most modern, beautiful painter that ever existed in my perception.
Looks like bird shit.
Yeah.
Okay, for you.
Looks like multicolored bird shit.
Okay, hold a second, because you're trying to be smart in this moment, and you're looking really dumb. Have you ever been in front of a Jackson Pollock?
Actually, yes, I have, and it looked like
And
a
you think it's bird
giant.
shit?
It looked like
What are
multicolored
you
bird
talking
shit.
about?
I can
The
make one with a
layering of the
fucking paintball
movement.
gun, dude.
I give you my right and left kidney in front of the audience right now. If you show me something similar that Pollock with your talent, bro, don't.
Give me a paintball gun in a couple hours, and I will deliver.
Go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll even make
Bro.
a stick figure in it for you.
And stupid. And the reality is that he was an artist that embraced David Bowie.
Awesome.
Awesome. He was a confused artist, but he was there.
shut your mouth.
Even the reality of the reality in life, right? Not the movie of Bohemian Rhapsody. He separated his life. Freddie Mercury. It could be done, but he let himself involve into the facade of being Michael Jackson, and that killed him. And I don't respect a person. And bro, listen to me. Any man that his defense is, I didn't touch them. I just invited him to sleep with me. Will go to jail immediately.
But that goes back to the whole thing. It's like, even if you have pure intentions, which, for the sake of argument,
Okay, let's make it a Catholic thing.
Hang on. I got this. Even
Come
if
on,
you
come on,
even
come on,
even
come on.
if you have the purest of intentions, a reasonable adult still recognizes that optically it looks bad. Therefore, it is a bad idea to do it.
And morally.
Well, yeah, okay,
I think
yeah.
it is. I think it is bad because you're teaching the children that this is fine.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
if
So
wants
let
you
me
to
ask
sleep
you.
with, like this is normal, and it's not.
Let me ask you. So who's bad?
You are.
Maybe it was a confession.
Man, dude. Okay, listen to me. Let's change the narrative. A priest that never touched any kids because he loved kids invite kids to sleep in his bed after praying. What will happen with that priest?
He becomes Gandhi.
He becomes what?
No, that's something that Gandhi actually did.
I'm talking about a Catholic priest, but okay. Let's
Yeah,
have you
he did.
finished my
Okay, it's
example?
not the same thing, but it's real close.
Yeah, the culture of India is a little different
No,
than
no, he
America.
did it because he said he wanted to sexually tempt himself and resist.
Well, yeah, okay. Thank
You
you
know
for
what?
proving that you're smart. What I'm saying is a Catholic fake guy.
Why is he
You just
gotta be
hit
Catholic?
the nail on the head.
Okay,
You
a
just hit the nail on
Christian.
the head.
What?
I think I think the real outrage that people have against Michael Jackson is that because he had so much money, he could get away with it.
I think that people are giving love a bad name.
Hey,
That's the reality.
don't
Fair.
bring John Bon Jovi into this.
John Bon Jovi is another example to have a perfect career. Being respectful, being a real human being, doing the right job, being perfectly singer. And don't tell me, right, that Bed of Roses is not 10 times better than any fucking ballad
He was
of
so
Michael
good, he
Jackson.
just up and decided to become a country star one day. He was like, you know what?
Yeah, but he respects himself. How many times you see him with a big problem, right? Or in a no, dude. Even to be an asshole, you need to be smart.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Michael could sing, but I don't think smart was part of his bravado.
The only problems Bon Jovi ever had was when the floor was just too wet.
And when they were trying to select their name in Saturday Night Live.
No, because they
Yeah.
just followed. Oh God, I
It's
forgot.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really such a good. It's a God.
Well,
Um,
I would like to invite our viewers, if you enjoy pop culture discussions like this one, we got another channel that our good friends up in the Great White North, that do the same similar stuff. Sometimes we delve into politics and AI on the show, but they're always media and pop culture. So here's a quick word from our friends at the Spur of the Moment podcast.
So today's episode is sponsored by the Spur of the Moment podcast, everybody. Come join us every Saturday and we're going to do this. We're going to sit here. We're going to talk about the news. Time to talk about the Minecraft.
Okay.
It looks
So,
bad. We're going to talk about movies. That new Joker movie is apparently terrible and I want to see it so badly because I hear it's awful. And we're going to make some jokes. We're going to have some laughs.
There's a lot of funny jokes in there. There's a lot of weird jokes in there. The Channing Tatum one will always make me laugh, especially when you hear the behind the scenes stuff. Like when you hear the behind the scenes story of how they just phoned them up.
We're occasionally going to have other people along for the ride.
A really fun fact, though, is I learned last year that that Coraline was Leica and not Disney.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I can see why you would make that
Yeah.
mistake. Yeah. Because it does seem like it's a different. And to be fair,
That would be a horrifying, terrible Disney movie.
it would be because yeah. And we're just gonna have a generally good time. George, do you have anything else you want to say about our podcast? Make people watch it.
We watch movies. Sometimes we watch shows, but we always have fun.
Here
On the
man,
spur, on the spur,
of the-
on the
a spur.
3, 2, 1. On the spur of the podcast moment.
Yeah, we nailed it. Nailed
Spur
it.
of the
That's
Moment podcast.
Yeah. It's Spur of the Moment podcast every Saturday. We nailed it.
You can expect awesome content like that.
We cut flawless promos every single week.
and yeah, that's what I found my sense around. Oh, here we go again.
Nah, here we go again.
Conclusions, guys. Me, do I like Michael Jackson? No. Do I respect his music evolution? Yes. Do I think that he was a good lyricist? Do I think that he knows how to put rhythm into music? Yes.
I
Do I think that he was a performer?
I think you meant to say instead of I think you meant to say.
I think that if I could maybe, I know it's not going to happen, but in a crazy world, if I can talk to the real Michael Jackson, right? Maybe I respect him more. Because back in the day, you needed to be a persona like that. You weren't accepted, and he needed to have the guts like George Michael when he call himself, I'm gay, or Freddie Mercury, but he keep doing weird thing after weird thing. Nowadays, our perception is different. Now it's cringy. Everything about Michael Jackson is cringy. Everything. Having kids with his snores, having kids with like that, married a woman just because their last name, having a park, like, right? It's like a combination of everything that we've seen in the past, right? And sadly, it's affecting our generation and the futures. So my conclusion is, he's just in the top level. He's just another artist, in my perception. Your conclusion, guys, and we'll shut the fuck up.
You want to go ahead, Jake?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it basically into the movie because you can debate Michael Jackson the person because there's just stuff that we're never gonna know because both sides say that their side is the truth, so there's stuff we'll never know. But in terms of the movie, again, it's atypical. Actually, it's atypical because the other thing I felt like this movie kind of felt like Napoleon in a way where it wasn't so much a narrative, it was just like a sequence of events presented. The only real narrative thread was his relationship with Joseph, and that was only like it was barely there. And I did get a kick. I did actually I liked Miles Teller in this movie. I can't put my finger on the why. I just liked his character because he felt like he was the only person on screen other than the driver who probably didn't exist. He felt like the only other person that was like, I'm not going to bullshit you. And he felt real. And I enjoyed that. But I did find it really funny because I think the movie was trying to say like, yeah, he finally separated from Joseph. And it reminded me from a moment from Scrubs of all things when Dr. Reed is like telling Dr. Kelso that she's not going to do like the obstetrician course. And then he's like, yes, I got your note. That's what it felt like to me. It was just like, oh yeah, I got your note, Michael. Real ballsy of you. But to be fair, how manly could Michael sound? Be like, Joseph, I don't want you to represent me no more.
It's over.
It's over. Well, before I know that one, have you ever considered that his dad never took him seriously because of that?
I imagine it
anymore. It's like, shut up, Michael.
Oh, I'm sure that happened. Yeah, I'm sure that.
I'm saying that I'm not gonna represent me anymore. Yeah, yes, Michael. Yes, Michael.
Yeah, sure, whatever. By the way, we got a tour.
Right when I told you come for dinner, you were like, I'm not hungry, but you're not gonna represent me anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, the movie's fun, but it's all nostalgia bait. That's all it is.
It's a lie, but it's okay.
Well, yeah, but what movie isn't a lie?
The sum of all fears.
Technically a lie, but an awesome one.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I just love that movie. Your closing statement, Mr. Oracle.
Okay. So, my main interest in Michael Jackson is his music, his performances, and the stuff that he left behind. I do believe that Michael Jackson's music is really good. I love some of his songs. They're perfectly made, and they're gonna be forever. Now, about his personal life, yeah, the guy was weird. He had a lot of money, which let him do whatever he wanted. And the truth is that he was loved by millions of people around the world. Was it a lie? Was it that he connected with people? I mean, was he like this mastermind that he knew how to talk to people like with his soft voice and make them like him, even though he was a monster behind the scenes? I don't think that was the case, but I do believe that he did a lot of weird things, like marrying Elvis's daughter and like going on talk shows, like to trying to convince people that he had a life that he didn't have. Saying that, it's not easy, even for all the producers, songwriters, dancers, all the people involved. It's not easy to come up with something like Michael Jackson. It's a once in a lifetime thing. So as far as he being just another artist, I'm pretty sure that every artist in the world would like to achieve what Michael Jackson did. And that's what I think.
So
they can have a one-sided biopic played by your nephew.
Dude, will be
guess they're
amazing
trying to
that
clean it
some
up.
but that Paris Jackson and Janet make another movie with their reality.
I mean,
That
they
Yeah,
would be
Paris.
they exist. There was I'm trying to remember. I think
I saw
was it-
many. One is from 1987 that it was really good.
there was one that VH1 did that was. I mean, it was pretty good. It glossed over some things, but it at least mentioned them. Now, granted, it was very pro Michael Jackson, but they at least acknowledged.
Well, I'm not in favor of they wanting to clean up his image by lying, but I'm also not a fan of trying to smudge his image by lying.
No. I said with reality. With reality.
Reality is very complex because the guy really felt the need to take his kid friends into his house, and then when night came, let's just go to my room and sleep. He liked that. That's something that he needed in his life, and most importantly, that's something that he could do because he was a billionaire. Normal
Where,
people can't do that.
to quote Eminem, where were the parents at?
They were there. They knew that their kids were at a billionaire's house having the time of their lives, and they maybe got some kickbacks in the form of premiums or amenities or what have you, right? So I'll never hate Michael Jackson. I'll never be outraged by what he did in his life. But I agree that there's two worlds.
Well,
For-
unless certain details come out that we weren't aware of before, but that's everybody.
I mean, of course, if there's like videos of him like raping children, then it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that changes the entire conversation.
But I guess that would have come out like in the last 30 years. And it hasn't.
Well, we still believe that they put a man on the moon, right? So it's fine.
Here we go.
Maybe not, but they definitely put one in that mirror.
Oh my god.
Because
And
I'm
I
looking
know
at
that
it.
it's somebody's kid, but anyway. Thank you everyone. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. in Latin America, 8 p.m. in Central.
Eastern.
Thank you everyone. You always need to correct me.
Well, it's for them.
No, but I'm just saying our time.
Well, because maybe they're in Eastern time and they're like, oh, okay, so it's 9, but then they missed the show. I mean, it's on YouTube,
well, I was
so
saying
who cares,
the time
but-
that is right now. I know what time is the show. Anyway.
Yeah, it's 9
Uh,
p.m. Eastern.
Oh my dear God in heaven. And I'm not even religious anymore. Anyway, 6 p.m. Thank you everyone. Thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you, Already Media. Thank you, Mr. Pan. Thank you, Jakey Booger. Thank you,
Thank
me.
you.
Take it easy. Farewell. Bye-bye.